Welcome Megan to PopTech.
Teenagers everywhere need answers to questions. Am I normal? Am I special? Am I going to make it? And I'd like to tell you how at Zana Africa, we're helping that answer to be yes for incredibly vulnerable girls in Kenya in simple and yet profound ways. This is me at age 8. I was very curious intellectually and otherwise, but very shy. This is Rosa, also at age 8. She was just like me, but smarter. The difference was that I had people my whole life who believed in me, who told me I was normal, who told me I was special, who told me I'd make it. She didn't. In the summer of 1998, I had the incredible privilege of being that voice to her for a little while. It changed her life, but it changed my life more. I went back to my own education, and I went back with questions. Is she going to make it? I wasn't so sure. Only 1 in 3 girls is still in school in their late teens. And yet we know educating girls is the best thing that we can do in the short and long term. Educating girls is the #1 thing we can do to change the world. It's called the girl effect. So I moved back to Kenya in 2001 to try to answer the question. If educating girls is the #1 thing we can do, what's the simplest thing I can do to change the world and keep more girls in school? I found an answer in a very unusual package: sanitary pads. This simple little product is one of the biggest costs that girls have every month when they want to go back to school. So I asked Rosa and other girls, what do you do when you don't have sanitary pads? And they said, we use rags, we use used cloth, things that are typical in 1930s America and before that. I said, what else do you do? They said, we stay home. We stay home. 850,000 girls in Kenya alone stay home from school because they don't have sanitary pads. They miss over 1.5 days or 1.5 months every year because they don't have sanitary pads. Now let me ask you, if you missed 1.5 months of work, would you still have a job? If you're a company, if your employees miss 1.5 months, would you still have a company? And yet this is happening all over the world, and particularly in Kenya where I'm working. It's escalating. 600,000 girls every year start their periods. We need to solve this problem. But we can. Pads and health education wins back every one of those days that I just mentioned. So I started Zana to see how we could improve pads and health education. I've seen amazing results with over 800 girls in Kibera slum. It changes the dynamic of the classroom, of the family, of the community. It's amazing what happens when they get pads and health education. So I'm trying to figure out, how do we scale that? One of the ways we're doing that is innovating in manufacturing. Can we make a cheaper pad? Right now, to get a pad to girls is $10 to $15 for the year. Can we make that $7? Can we make that eco-friendly so we don't create another problem while we're creating a solution to the social things? If you want to know more about that, you can ask me later. We're also innovating on the side of health education. We're piloting a project in Kibera right now where we bring backpacks of laptops. These girls were essentially cultivating an online experience for them to get answers to their questions. They connect with other girls. Womanhood suddenly becomes a time of embracing a community and being proud and getting answers to those questions to make them feel like they can make it. They connect to each other and to community resources. Rosa, she made it. Despite all the odds, she made it. She got pads, she got health education. She's now in university. This was 2 years ago. She's actually almost through university. Could we make 1 million Rosas? Could we help 10 million girls make it? What would that look like? What would that world look like? I want to leave you with the last quote. One woman said a couple months ago, "My daughter used to spend the nights out. I didn't know where she was. Now she's home every night and wakes up at 4 a.m. to study. I don't know what USANA people are doing it, but what USANA people are doing, but please keep doing it. We're going to keep doing it." Thank you.